Bill Nye the Science Guy is at it again. Now, I used to be a big fan of Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Why? Because he had a bow tie?
Because he had a bow tie, and people with bow ties seem trustworthy. But I'm starting to learn that people with bow ties are doing that on purpose to manipulate you, to make you think they're trustworthy. And so listen to the garbage he says. Now, first of all, Bill Nye's not a climate scientist.
He's a science guy.
He's a science guy. His degree was in mechanical engineering.
And then he became a comic.
And then he became a comedian,
and then a science
right?
guy.
And now he's a science guy. Bill Nye, the science guy. They don't call him the scientist. All right, so here we go. This is what he has to say about climate change.
The latest computer models indicate there will not be this catastrophic moment where the Gulf Stream stops or runs backwards, or the North Atlantic freezes over. So it's just going to get worse and worse for everybody. So
we just did a story that contradicts what he just said. The establishment mainstream media is saying that will happen, that there's going to come a time within the next, they said it could be in 5 years or it could be in 25 years, that the Gulf Stream will stop and reverse. That we just covered that. That's what they're saying right now. He's just saying that that's not happening. So they can't eat these climate what do you call excitists? What would you alarmists?
Right.
They can't get their story straight, so you don't know what to believe. It's just like COVID. It's just like Russiagate. It's just like everything. They're just throwing facts around that contradict themselves all the time. What do you want to say?
I mean, he lost me with the latest computer models. You know what? Take those computer models
and stick them.
Yeah, really.
So
where you should put your bow tie.
So they're using models. So again, all this climate change is based on models, computer models, and they find out that their modeling has been wrong all the time. And so here's what he says how to fix it, though. Again, I'm not saying climate change is not. I'm saying climate change is happening.
Saying your computer model sucks.
I'm saying your computer.
Don't ever believe your computer model.
That's right.
I think you got scammed by whoever you outsourced the computer modeling to, because you're giving out a lot of money to get the result you want for somebody else that you're scammed. That's how our system works.
That's how. Yes. Okay. Here we go. So here's what he says we should do about it.
You can only perspire so much. You can only let so much sweat evaporate off you. And then if it gets too hot, you'll die. This is heat stroke and so on. So we are headed toward that for more and more people on Earth. And people say to me, Bill Nye, science guy, what can I do about climate change? And people generally want to hear something akin to recycle your water bottles or something like that. And that's not irrelevant, but that's not going to do it, people.
So at least he's being honest. At least he's being honest.
He said it's not irrelevant to recycle your water bottles. Yeah, no, it is. They're just throwing them out.
I'm pretty sure it is, because I'm pretty sure they're taking what you think are recycled water bottles and throwing them into a landfill. Well, yeah. I could.
Homeless people could pick out the good ones and get some money off of it. If that's,
I think you might still be able to get money for like aluminum cans. They can recycle aluminum, certain plastic,
not most,
but not most.
It's because and they can recycle all of it, but it's not profitable.
But it's not. They can recycle everything, but it's not profitable to recycle it. So they put it in the landfill. We used to send our recyclables to China, and then China said, "Hey, it's not profitable for us to take your recyclables anymore." And so they just started putting them in landfills. And that's what's
become American, huh?
They did. So here's what he says to do it. Here's what you could do.
We need big ideas. So everybody, what you can do about it is vote. Vote.
That's his big idea. Vote for who? You know what he means when he says vote. Who do you think he wants you to vote for? Who do you, so
Dr.
if you vote
Cornel West?
If you vote for it, he doesn't mean he doesn't mean the Green Party. You know he doesn't mean Dr. Cornel West.
He had a relation to Dr. West being dressed up like Mr. Glass from Invincible.
Here we go. Watch this.
For people who are going to do something about it.
So you can vote for people who are going to do something about it.
No, I can't.
Well,
who are those people?
The oil and gas paradox threatening Biden's party at the polls. The president promised to move U.S. away from fossil fuels, but the U.S. oil production is up anyway, and so are federal drilling approvals.
Well, that's because gas prices are high. We're not going to risk.
That's right.
The elections were, by the way, more important than even the climate.
Of course,
you can't help the climate unless you get a good man like Joe Biden.
Here's another one. Biden administration approves massive Willow oil project in Alaska. And here's Barack Obama. So if this is Bill Nye's big idea is to vote for Democrats. This is his ridiculous idea.
Under my administration, America is producing more oil today than at any time in the last 8 years.
And people
that's
cheer.
important to know.
And his supporters cheered
Over
him.
the last 3 years, I've directed my administration to open up millions of acres for gas and oil exploration across 23 different states. We're opening up more than 75% of our potential oil resources offshore. We've quadrupled the number of operating rigs to a record high. We've added enough new oil and gas pipeline to encircle the earth and then some.
Woo! Vote, Bill Nye says. Vote. Vote for this guy who's bragging that he's laid enough oil pipe to encircle the earth during his presidency.
I mean, that does sound like he's trying to counteract that letter. Like, hey, I've laid enough pipe to encircle the earth. You call him to cast aspersions on me.
So we are drilling all over the place.
Bam!
Right now.
But Bill Nye will tell you voting for him helps climate change. That's what Bill Nye will tell you. That voting for Democrats helps climate change. Bill Nye's a propagandist, and he doesn't have any ideas on what to do about climate change. He doesn't have any ideas because his big idea is vote. So I think we should stop listening to Bill Nye. I think it's time to stop listening to Bill Nye.
Let's say all the people that don't vote, which I guess is the over half of the people.
Yes. The biggest voting bloc in America are eligible voters who do not vote.
So let's say they got so fed up with this, like more than how I feel even. They're like, oh, we're all voting for Trump. I don't think he's going to be happy he told people to vote. When they tell you to go out and vote.
Yeah, that's right.
They don't mean
vote for, they mean
and there has to be the lesser of two evils as judged by Alyssa Milano. Alyssa Milano feels this is the lesser of two evils.
So if you want to sleep better, they have the CBD oil. And this one's for daytime energy, actually. It's called CBG, which is a little different. And then they have... It is not on. I got a little CBD oil on me. And so this one's for help you sleep. So if you want to have help sleep, 90% of people who take it say it helps them sleep. Steph takes it. Steph, has it helped you sleep?
Yes, it has.
Steph says it has helped her sleep.
Comfortably.
Really. It's hard for me to tell. Let me just put it that way. Because I really take some big rips of weed right before I go to bed anyway. But so you get less stress and more calm, pain relief, especially after physical exercise, better energy, better focus, and concentration. Over 2 million satisfied customers. 81% says CBD helps with stress. 80% says it helps with aches and pains after physical activity. So if you want to get some sleep and you need, it seems pretty, everybody's taking the CBD oil now. Everybody's supposed to be super safe and everything. Everybody loves it. So here, how you want to get a discount on it? Here's what you do. You go to 20%. You can get a 20% discount. Go to cbdistillery.com. cbdistillery.com and enter my name, Jimmy, and you get a discount. No prescription required. That's cbdistillery.com and use the code Jimmy to get 20% off. Hey, come see us live on tour. We'll be in Salt Lake City, New York City, Pottstown, Pennsylvania, Stamford, Connecticut, Toledo, Detroit, St. Louis, Tampa, Boca Raton, and Orlando. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all those tickets. See you there.